please state your name, grade, and age?
My name is Amy. I'm a junior and I'm 16.
My name is Ix. I'm a junior and I am 16.
Suicide for me is just like basically ending your life because you can't handle all the pain that you're going through. And yeah, just want it to all end and all.
Suicide is when you've been left alone with your thoughts for too long and you just feel like you can't take it anymore, and sometimes your thoughts just beat you.
Suicide. It is the act of intentionally causing one's own death. It is the 10th leading cause of death in the country, with every year there being around 45,000 Americans who die by suicide.
For me, suicide, for what I had to go through is I had problems at home, and then it was overwhelming, and then not only that, it also involved school, which was people not calling me things, and then it was I couldn't handle it.
I've had a lot of thoughts this year and the past year, but it's because I was going through a lot of things at home, at school, and I've had a lot of thoughts, and I've thought of ways of attempting it, but I'm here.
There has been many new reports and new information gathered about suicide since the start of this year. For example, mental health says that sexual orientation is now considered a top risk for suicidal thoughts in college freshmen. Nearly one-third of first-year college students have thought about suicide, and non-heterosexual feelings played big risk for this kind of behavior. This study also found that sexual minorities such as LGBT students were at a 4 to 8-fold higher risk than others for suicidal thoughts, meaning that sexual orientation did raise the likelihood of transitioning from suicidal thinking to plans and attempts 3% more than usual. Local newspaper The OC Register reported that following 3 weeks after a January 21st suicide, there was at least 3 more teenagers who appeared to have ended their lives as well.
13 Reasons Why tells the fictional story of Hannah Baker, a 17-year-old high school student who takes her own life.
13 Reasons Why is creating buzz on social media.
The controversy surrounding that popular new Netflix series, 13 Reasons Why.
Can a dramatic depiction of suicide go too far?
Mental health professionals say it could be a trigger for some vulnerable teens.
That trigger seemed to be true because when the show was released, internet searches on suicide went up enormously. For example, this graph shows that phrases like suicide songs and suicide hotline number were researched 50% more than usual. Overall, suicide queries were 19% higher, reflecting 900,000 to 1.5 million more searches than expected.
90% of all the teenagers who commit suicide have a psychiatric disorder. That's 5,000 teenagers this year, and 600,000, one every 2.5 minutes, will make an attempt that leads to the emergency room.
According to USA Today, those 5,000 young people are between the ages of 15 and 24. With every minute, there being a teen who makes an attempt serious enough to go to the ER, while millions more think about it only to the point where they create a plan.
Because they think that they can hold on to the pain. They just don't want it to let it all out, because they're just afraid of showing it out, because it's just too overwhelming. They think that no one else can understand their pain.
They feel like they're gonna be judged. You want to end your life so quickly, but people will tell you the usual, you're too young to end your life. But it's not the age that matters, it's what's going on in your mind, and sometimes it's too much.
You see all these "don't kill yourself" posters up on the wall? They weren't up before. They put them up because she killed herself.
After watching this specific scene from the show, I realized something about my own school. Where are the stop bullying posters? Where are the anti-suicide prevention posters? Where are the posters that promote the anti-suicide workshops? Nothing. You see nothing. Where are they? School doesn't care that much. They don't care enough to put up posters that lets them know that someone's here, that they can talk to someone.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
This is a perfectly good space to put up a poster. And they don't put anything. Why do schools put up posters and provide hotlines when a student commits suicide? These types of things should occur before the tragedy, not because of one.
My advice is just hold on to that thing. Just, if it's like overwhelming, just conquer it. Just do what you can just to stay alive.
Keep fighting. You know, it really does get better in the end. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, even though you really don't see it. It's very far away. You surely have people there for you, you know, and try to talk with people, and if you don't like that, write something down, burn the paper, typical stuff. Like, those do help. It helped out for me, and I'm still here.